I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait.
Hi and welcome to the Rideshare Buddy UK YouTube channel. I'm Kevin and today is the 31st of July at the end of the month. I know I've got today to work, but I'm not working today. I'm going fishing. I haven't fished for 2 weeks because of the weather. Today I'm having off and I'm going. So I'm going to do my end of month figures today for you to see. This is my first month, well 3 weeks of the first month, and it also includes all my startup costs, and we'll see whether I've made a profit or a loss. But let's have a quick look at my Uber driver stats at the moment. We have, there we go, there's my stats. We have a 4.97 rating. I accepted 55% of the jobs given me, and my cancellation is 1%. Well, it's below 1%. I've done 264 trips since I started. Not sure it's picking up the focus. And I've got 1 compliment for excellent service. So looking at my ratings, let's have a quick look at ratings. 123 5-star, 1 4-star. That was when the Uber app updated and the directions just went all over the place. I'm now using Google Maps for directions and no problems. So I've got a recent feedback is trip routing, and that was where I got sent down a dead end around the back lanes of Newport. Don't know why Uber sent me that way. I've also got a 2-star rating. That was from a young kid who I told had to put their change of destination in through the app, not just tell me, because it was quite a distance and he wasn't too happy over that. So I got a 2-star rating. But that's my stats. Let's have a quick look at my earnings. Obviously, it's Monday, so nothing. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, there you go. I've got points. How many points have I got? Uber Pro. Let's look at Uber Pro. 276 points. I don't play games. I'm not into gamification, so I don't chase the points. I might make gold by the end of September. Who knows? Certainly won't make platinum. Definitely won't make diamond. I'm not going to make 2,000 points. Well, let's see if we can get back to the earnings. Details. Okay, last week, £921. £13 worth of tips. Don't do a lot of tips, but you do get them occasionally. I did £13 last week on 99 trips. Week before, £853, 75 trips. And I made £16 in tips. So let's go back to my first week. First week, 758 on 90 trips, and I got £8 in tips. So those are my stats off the app. Let's go and have a look at some of my costs and my profits. So let's have a look at some other startup costs. Driving test application was £55. My medical, £120. DBS check was £50. Private hire driver license, I'm paying the 3 years over annual payments, so it's £83 a year. The DBS update service, we're moving into a situation where local councils are going to start doing 6 monthly checks on your DBS. You can either apply every time at £50 a time for a new DBS after 6 months, or pay a £13 fee and the council can directly access online and it doesn't cost them anything. So DBS update, £13. My car hire deposit was £200. That's from Autocars or taxi rentals in Cardiff. I've got a Square card reader which ties up to my phone so I can take in-car debit, credit cards and contactless tap on the phone. That cost me £22.80 to buy. The phone holder and the like, £6.98. and startup stationery, notebook, envelopes, stuff like that. £4.50. So my total startup costs were £555.28. Now let's look at the timeline for this. I applied was October last year to get my license, and I finally got it in July this year. So you're looking at about 10 months for the process of doing a private hire license in Newport. Different councils will have different timelines. Check with your own council. But for Newport, it takes about 10 months for your private hire license to come through. And you can be on the road with £555.28. So let's go and have a look at my operating costs now, which are my general day-to-day expenditure. Right, so my operating costs for last month or this month was the car hire, £625.48. It's a little bit of a weird figure because I had one extra day that I had to pay for separately. So £625.48. Petrol, I've used £225.07. Cleaning fees were £33, that's jet wash and interior clean. Car parking, because I have no car parking outside the house, this is a legitimate business expense. I have to pay a permit in a multi-storey car park. That's £78 a month. And then mobile data to keep my app running and everything is £20 a month is my package. So a monthly operating costs for this month, July, was £981.50. So what did I take over the last 3 weeks? So my earnings this month from Uber was £2,607.86. From Bolt, it was £13.03. And Bolt really does not operate in Newport. It does operate well in Cardiff, but obviously I'm in Newport, so I only get onto Bolt occasionally when I get down into Cardiff. But there again, Uber is so busy in Cardiff anyway, you don't really need to multi-app. But Bolt £13.03, and that cleaning fee from Uber was £80. So my total income over the last 3 weeks in July was £2,700.89. So how does that work out at profit and loss and my hourly rate so far? Let's have a look. So my general net gross profit before my startup costs, income 2,789, running expenses 981.50, giving me a total operating profit of £1,719.39. Now I worked 136.3 hours in this month, July, more hours than I want to work, and I'll be cutting back on the hours. But when you first start, you've got to see where the busy times are and when the quiet times are. So that works out at £12.61 per hour. Now, if you look at minimum wage, and if you're employed on minimum wage or any wage really, as an employee, you get extra benefits like paid holiday, sick pay, paternity, maternity pay, and pension and things like that. That works out about an additional 18% on your hourly rate. So that £12.61 per hour self-employed is equivalent to being employed on £10.65 per hour. So only about 25p an hour more than national minimum wage. Not great for being self-employed, but it's beaten national minimum wage on my first month. So I'm relatively happy. I can now start tweaking, cherry picking, and maximising my earnings potential. But what about after all those startup costs? Well, with low startup costs, that's an extra £555.28 that needs to be taken off my earnings this month. I work on my tax on a very simplified cash in, cash out basis. So I'm not going to offset and do accruals over all of these startup costs over the year. Let's just do basic in-out calculation. So my net profit after that extra £555 taken off is £1,164. And that works out at £8.54 per hour, or if I was an employee, it'd be the equivalent of a £7.35 per hour wage. Obviously less than national minimum wage, but I do have all these startup costs to take off. So next month, got none of that. So I should be looking for at least £12.61 if I'm increasing my efficiency by cherry picking. I'm hoping to get up to about £15 an hour next month. But that target of £22 an hour has to be achieved if this is going to be worthwhile. And for that reason, I'm now looking at getting my own operator's license so I can work directly with airport transfers and get my own airport transfers and keep all that profit. But so far, my first month, I'm not disappointed. I'm not happy. It's okay. £12.61 per hour, the employed equivalent of £10.65 per hour. Now remember, this is not drive time. This is not active time. This includes the time when I log onto the app or log off to the app. It includes time taken to wash the car, fill up the car. This is all time I'm working, all time that needs to be paid for, and all time that needs to be included in my working week. So this is from when I basically start my shift to when I finish my shift, and includes all the waiting time and everything else. Sorry about that. This includes all the time, including start, finish, all my work time. So until next time, that's it. I'm happy. Well, not happy, not sad. Mediocre, but I'm beating minimum wage. So that's it. Till next time, happy journeys, stay safe, and make a profit.